right. Well, good morning. How's everything going out there?
It's good. I'm in Austin. I'm chilling. I'm going to the pool later. Life couldn't be better.
I know that sounds pretty great. It could be worse. It's been worse,
Definitely.
right?
Been worse. It's, will be worse. So it's good now.
Yeah. Well, we're so excited to tell people about this movie because, oh my goodness, I don't know if people know quite what they're getting into, the journey that they're going to go on. But I mean, it's been quite a journey for you. You got to be so excited to finally get this out there, right?
I am, it's been really cool to show it to film audiences, and I'm really excited to show it to real people too, because I think I made the film for a version of myself that wasn't so, I don't know, didn't needed a film because I was a person. And so I'm excited for it to get out there for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of it is working through things and getting through things, and I think a lot of us we're going through it right now. So, I mean, I think
Yeah.
this is going to really like hit people, and I think you've already seen that it hits people in a certain way, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's been really interesting to meet people after screenings because you kind of make a film with this feeling of, is anyone else out there? I feel alone. Am I crazy for having these feelings and these thoughts? And to be met with people who are definitely feeling similarly is a mix of nice because it makes me feel less alone, and also sad because it's a hard world. And yeah, but it's been very satisfying to be able to be there as people are reacting.
Yeah, and especially to have a company like A24. I mean, it's all quality, so it's almost as if you see that it's A24 movie, you're like, oh, I know it's going to be pretty good. So
That's
it
good.
had
I'm
to have been
glad.
like a badge of honor for you too to be accepted, in that world as well, right?
Yeah, I really loved the way they talked about the film when we were talking about it, and I think all you're really looking for when you're inviting anyone in to be a part of what you're making is like, do they have that fire in their eyes that they understand the importance of what it means to you and that it somehow becomes meaningful to them too. So I was very lucky that I saw some fire in the eyes, and I was very lucky that they wanted to do it.
Yeah. Well, of course, you knew what you had, and but it's always complicated working on something, especially when it comes, from your heart. So, at what moment were you looking around the set, going, "Okay, good. This is kind of how I pictured this."
Oh man, I didn't even have a second to look around, honestly. Like it was really all go. I didn't, it was, I think it was really in the edit that I started feeling like I could reflect a little bit more and that I was processing what we had just done. But set is so fast. Like it's really about accomplishing what you need to do that day. And it's very satisfying. There's so much joy to it. It's very euphoric to work for so many years to make something. And
Mhm.
then you have 24 days. This is where it happens. This is where you get everything you need to make the thing later. So by the time I was on set, I was like, we just need to go and people need to feel like I can take them there. And so it was much more about efficiency and sort of using time in the best ways possible. But definitely processed more in the edit when you're sort of in a dark room all day with two people and you're all kind of just like, oh, okay, how are we going to puzzle this together to make it make more sense?
Yeah, well, and it's so admirable to be able to get it out there and in the world, and people look up to you and you think, okay, well, I want to do this too. And I'm sure you're seeing this now at the screening. So, what kind of advice do you give to those writers and directors that are struggling to get their story out there?
Hmm, I think a realization I had is that no one is going to come tap you on the shoulder and say, you're supposed to write, like you're a writer. You can do it. Like it's never coming. Or it probably does for some people, but it didn't come from me. Like I had to will everything I wanted to do into existence by just doing it. And it's very painful to write and not know if anyone will ever read it and to basically assume it's never going to exist. But I think it's just like if you have that little seed inside you that's saying, I think I'm supposed to do this, is you are kind of the only person who can make that happen. And you kind of have to believe and work as if it's going to happen because then it can happen. It can't happen if you don't do it. I think a lot of people want to make a film and I'm like, oh, great. So what have you written? It's like, well, I'm working or like I haven't started. And it's like, that's okay. I was there, that's life, but also it's like write it so that you can make it. Like it's also just it's hard. Writing's really hard and everything's hard. But yeah, I think you can give yourself the tap on the shoulder is basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, when did you realize that you had the gift? Because you certainly do have a gift.
I don't know if I will ever know if I have a gift or not. Um, I
That's a good
definitely,
writer.
I definitely there was a moment when I discovered that I was the expert on the film and the way I needed to be to make the film. Like there was a moment when I was like, actually, I do know the answers to a lot of the questions people are having about the film, which means I can do this film. I have no idea if I can do anything else. It's like, but at some point, you spend enough time with the film, whether it's like in the writing phase, every moment of it that you understand what the film needs. And so you're kind of working for the film, and it's less like I have the gift. It's more like I think we all understand that there's something in this film that is trying to be said, and we all need to work with as much clarity to bring that to the surface.
Mhm. Well, and writers are notoriously hard on themselves, and I know it. And I mean, Stephen King famously threw his manuscript of Carrie in the trash. And it's hard to
I didn't know
really,
that. That's
yeah. His wife fished it out,
well,
thankfully,
his
and
wife. Well,
now we have him.
have you read his
Yeah.
his wife is a
Hmm.
huge fucking deal. His wife is,
Yeah,
I
she's
think about
awesome.
something he says all the time in his book. He says, the door is closed while you're writing. And if you open the door, you can't close the door again. So basically, like when you're writing, it's
Hmm.
private. And once you show it to someone, the door is then open and you can never get back to solo privacy with something. So be very careful. Basically, I think the lesson is about who you show it to. And he's always like, my wife's my first reader. Obviously, he says that. But like, I like that. I think it's true. It's
Yeah.
like when you are ready to open the door, be sure because
Hmm.
you can't get people's opinions of your things out of your head, after that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, of course, the business is hard too. So what do you keep in mind that kind of keeps you on the right path always? Is there something you tell yourself or something that you just keep in mind that, about the vision?
I'm trying to figure out how to, everything I'm doing, because it's my first time making a film, is navigating a new experience that I didn't expect coming.
Hmm.
Every part of production was surprising, or every part of pre-production, production, post was surprising. Going to Sundance was surprising, and the aftermath of Sundance has been very surprising. And I'm trying to figure out sort of like what the cycle is, when the cycle ends, um, so that I can get back to that privacy that I'm craving again and getting to
Hmm.
be sort of creative with myself again. Um, I don't know. I don't keep anything in mind. When there's a pool,
Hmm.
find the pool.
Yeah.
Well, I guess is my these days.
Hey, you found it. You're there now.
I am. I'm like, oh yeah, find a pool.
Yeah, I love it. Hey, my co-host is Drew Pearson, one of our great Dallas Cowboys, who caught the Hail Mary. And so
Wow.
we always talk about on the show the Hail Mary moment, the moment in your life or career you just had to go for it and it worked out for you.
Hmm.
You suppose this was it for you, or was it something else?
I kind of have this like secret feeling whenever I'm about to do something really scary that like it's gonna be okay. Not really, but just there's this little feeling that like, and even if it's not okay, it's okay. Like there was a moment when I quit my job and started working like more of a day job. Actually, I quit my comedy job to work a day job to make enough money to just support myself while making videos online. And that like worked out for me. I got jobs from that. And then I I don't know, then I was like I need to write this. And I sort of just like took a leap of faith and went into the woods and wrote it. And I think it's just listening to like what does your body want to do? What is what do you want to do secretly? And even if it's not okay, it's okay because you did what you needed to do. So it will always be okay. What was the
Mhm.
question?
Yeah, the Hail Mary moment. But I mean, this
Yeah.
was kind of it. Yeah.
It's hard to tell when you're in it, but yeah, I think like it's just you're kind of just like constantly jumping further than you know you can reach, I think is
Mhm.
just part of this job. Because it's like, you make another film and ideally it's a film you don't know you can do until you do it because it's a new thing. So everything feels like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, and there's so much to get out of this movie, and I think depending on what people will have been through or the people that they know, they may get something totally different. But what are you hoping that people will think about or take away after this? Because it's almost impossible not to talk about it with somebody.
Yeah, I mean it's a really particular kind of personal film, and so for this I'm kind of like, it's sort of there to take as much or as little as you're able to or want to, I think is part of this. But then also like I think at the end of the day, I really do hope it makes someone feel a little less lonely would be
Hmm.
one thing it would be nice, but you take away what you need to take away always, and that's sort of what a film offers you. It's like ideally not one message, more just like I picked apart the things that I hopefully can stay in my body while the rest leaves, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
very personal. Watching a film is very personal, so.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and there's got to be a big learning curve just to doing this on this level. Now, is there a lot that you took away that you think on the next film, like, I'm going to do this a little bit differently?
Um, I don't know. It's like it genuinely feels like every time you do something, even if you've done it before, you have to convince yourself you can do it. Like it feels like
Hmm.
it's starting. It's like having a completely new child or something and being like,
Yeah.
this one has a completely different personality. This one, you have to relearn how to usher it into the world in a completely new way. So I don't know. I mean, I've learned a ton. I've been around
Yeah.
some of the smartest, brilliant filmmakers in the world getting to make this, and I've learned so much about the stamina that required and just sort of like finding joy along the way because it's hard. It's hard to make a movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, last thing, I can't wait to see what you got next for us. Are you already working on the next thing, or are we going to see you in something else?
I'm
What do you
just
got
trying to
coming up?
get to the pool.
Yeah. All right.
That's
Well,
it.
I'm not going
That's
to
what's
hold you to the pool.
no, no, not right now, of course. But no, yeah, I'm in this right now. This is still my
Yeah.
baby trying to birth
Mhm.
out.
Yeah, and I guess it's kind of like being at the hospital and saying, "When are you gonna have another baby?"
Yes. I'm like, well,
Okay.
let's do this one. Let's just do this one really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing it really well, and I hope
Thank you.
you enjoy that pool, enjoy everything Austin has to offer, and
Thank you.
look forward to seeing you back in the great te state of Texas soon. But we're gonna tell everyone to check out this movie. It's fantastic.
Thank you so, so much. I'll talk to you
Thank you
soon.
so much. Appreciate you. Okay, bye bye.
Bye.